एजेंट्स के ऊपर जितने भी हमारे माननीय सदस्यगण बात किए, the first ever change in agents commission was made even in 1950. I'm just trying to say that according to the requirement of the society, important acts such as the insurance get amended and reflect the requirement of the period. What was the 1950 amendment, sir? I'm purposely highlighting. So what if it happened in 50, that many number of years ago? But I'm saying every government has to respond. In 1950, it will be surprising for us to know agents' commission were reduced. हमें लगता है कि हर बार वो इधर मोदी जी का गवर्नमेंट आ गए हैं, जैसे आप बहुत सारे लोग विदाउट इंफॉर्मेशन बोल देते हैं कि बड़े कॉर्पोरेशंस के लिए 50 में एजेंट्स का कमीशन करने वाले मोदी जी की सरकार नहीं जी। समय के अनुसार कुछ अमेंडमेंट्स होते आते हैं। सेकंड सर, इन 1999 allowing the entry of private players in the insurance sector and FDI limit set at 26% happened in 1999. So the actual progress in every such act which has a bearing on our citizens and their lives do get amended. If this is the Insurance Act, sir, LIC Act had 8 amendments since 1957. And there were very many important features which were brought into it. One particular thing which I like to highlight, 1981, explicit power to the central government to make rules regarding service conditions of all classes of LIC employees and agents. Power was given to the central government. And I'm sure there were some members, I would like to go to the records of the House to say, Nene, how can central government take away all the powers? What? LIC Act. Sir, so I just want to highlight that amendments do happen and they happen with the larger interests in our mind. But what happened since 2014? I briefly mentioned in the morning, insurance ombudsman rules were framed in 2017 because the government strongly felt a robust grievance redressal mechanism should be in place for the insurance sector so that people who take policies will have a place to go and comply. IRDAI also was established as a regulator earlier, and extensive framework for protection of policyholders was also made. And that mandated insurers to provide crucial information to policyholders at the time of policy issuance itself and setting stricter timelines for claim settlement. This also happened after 2014, after Prime Minister Modi coming to Delhi. Several flagship insurance schemes have also been launched since 2014. I appreciate the genuine concern which many honourable members had. Common people should have insurance coverage. Will these companies which come bring that kind of a facility? First of all, once competition comes into the market, rate automatically comes down. People see which one is better, which is good for me, which one brings lower rate. Monopoly doesn't give us that advantage. And therefore, more the competition, better the rates. And with that said, sir, even then, government has, in anticipation of covering and bringing all Indian citizens into insurance coverage, introduced PM Jeevan Jyoti Yojana, Bima Yojana that is, PM Suraksha Bima Yojana, Jan Arogya Yojana, Krishi Bima Yojana. So, literally for bringing everybody into the insurance world, insurance coverage world. Schemes have been launched to a large extent backed by the government's funding, and also making sure the larger the insurance pool, the lesser will be the premium. That's been the guiding principle. So together these schemes have also provided the safety net to protect common citizens. and farmers from any risk to their lives, health or livelihood. Another priority which our government has given, sir, is to strengthen the public sector insurance companies. Again, a point on which several members spoke. What will happen to our public sector insurance companies? I'd like to say, today, listing of LIC, GIC reinsurance and New India Assurance has actually it's a step in the right direction. I heard Honourable Member N.K. Premchandran talk with great concern about what will happen to public sector companies. Here's the fact behind it. Since 2014, we are doing a lot of things to improve the ecosystem for insurance. Capital, very important point, sir. Capital to the tune of 17,450 crores have been infused into 3 public sector general insurance companies to strengthen their capital base. That was done by our government. As a result of these and other such measures, sir, LIC, GIC Reinsurance and Agricultural Insurance Company, which is AICIL, reported their highest ever profits last year. That's the kind of focused attention we are giving and infusing capital where they need so that they can compete better in the market. And they've also, and other companies, related such companies have also started turning profitable. But to attract global capital and technical know-how, the FDI limit had to be changed. FDI limit for insurance companies was increased from 26%, that 26% which I told you about earlier, which was brought in 1999 itself. So 26% 99 was increased to 49% in 2015. And from 49% to 74% in 2021. So foreign reinsurers were permitted to set up branches in India, thereby increasing the local reinsurance capacity while retaining their reinsurance premiums within the country. Repeatedly, I've heard several members saying, what will happen to the premiums paid by Indian citizens? Will that be taken away by the foreign companies? No. Even earlier, when foreign reinsurers were permitted to set up branch in this country, the money which has been collected as reinsurance premiums in this country are retained in this country. They are not allowed to take it out. Similarly, the FDI limit for insurance intermediaries was raised to 100% in 2019 to enable them to provide better advisory service to our citizens. So the presence and the kind of robust insurance sector environment that we've built up has resulted in positive outcomes. That is why even at the time of introduction, I did say this. Several members asked me questions about what was the number did you say? I'll repeat it for everybody's benefit. Number of insurers in 2014-15 were 53. But in 24-25, we have 74. Insurance penetration has increased close to 3.8%, whereas it was only 3.3%. Insurance density, that is the average insurance premium paid per person in a year, was $55 in 2014-15. In 24-25, after 10 full years, it is $97. So total insurance premium in lakh crores, was 4.15 lakh crore in 2014-15, whereas in 24-25, it's gone up to 11.93 lakh crores. So it is showing improvement, and therefore the reflective policy making. Assets under management, again in lakh of crores, is 24.20 lakh crores in 2014-15, whereas in 24-25, that's gone up to 74.43 lakh crores asset under management. Sir, FDI limits for insurance company now 24-25 before this bill is at 74%. Insurance intermediaries is already at 100%. So you may recall and through you, I'd like to tell the members in the House, 56th GST Council meeting, which was held in September this year, unanimously agreed to remove GST on individual life and health insurance premium. There is now a 0% GST rate, which was earlier 18%. And in this very House, at least a year ago, you may recall, Honorable Speaker, there was so much of a debate saying, what's the GST Council doing? Why can't you bring it down? And I'm grateful to the GST
नहीं, ये
Council.
बहुत मांग थी सदन की और आपने इसकी मांग को माना, डिमांड थी।
धन्यवाद सर।
सदन की भावनाओं का आपने आदर किया।
हाँ जी, थैंक यू। हाँ सर।
हाँ, आपको भी धन्यवाद। नहीं, सबको सदन को धन्यवाद दिया मैंने, अकेले वित्त मंत्री जी को नहीं दिया, पूरे सदन को धन्यवाद दिया।
So this nil GST on individual health and life insurance is a significant tax relief, sir, that directly reduces the cost of premiums of policy holders, and the GST Council, through its instruments, are watching how it's playing out. There are, of course, comments from some people through the social media saying maybe the companies are increasing the premium, not giving the benefit, but even that is closely monitored by the GST Council and its Secretariat. So with the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister, sir, we have launched nationwide campaign, and this is an important fact that I'd like to inform the members about. Aapki Punji, Aapka Adhikar, which is your money, your right, to facilitate the settlement of unclaimed financial assets, including insurance claims, bank deposits, dividends, shares, mutual fund, and pension to the legitimate claimants. This drive was launched in October, sir, from 5th October. Almost 500 districts have had this camp. And this camp had participation of public representatives, district administrations, and also officials from the financial institutions. The insurance regulator...
वित्त मंत्री जी, अपनी पूंजी अपना अधिकार जो आपने चलाया था कंपनी, उसमें बीमा भी थी, जमा पुराना पैसा भी था, उसके बारे में थोड़ा मेंशन कर देना।
हाँ सर,
ताकि माननीय संसद सदस्य अपने अपने इलाके में इस कार्यक्रम को करें।
श्योर सर। सर, सो दिस कैंपेन सर 5th अक्टूबर से चालू, 500 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स को हमने कवर कर दिया है, और उसमें एज आई सेड पब्लिक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स, डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एंड ऑफिशियल्स फ्रॉम द बैंकिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैव ऑल पार्टिसिपेटेड। इंश्योरेंस रेगुलेटर एक बीमा भरोसा for unclaimed insurance proceeds is also happening simultaneously. Unclaimed insurance policy ko unke legitimate claimants ko, whoever is the inheritor, it has been given. First 2 months mein hi, during this campaign, we were able to give unclaimed financial assets, not just insurance, shares, mutual fund, insurance, and deposits, and so on, amounting to 2,000 crores to our common citizens. It went to the rightful owners, and this campaign continues. We'll be doing again one more round after completing all the districts, one round, so that more and more people who are remaining without information, either whether they have something to claim or they have something to claim, they don't know how to go about it. So this campaign has actually brought people together to claim their legitimate money. So I would request, sir, जैसे अपने constituency में इस विषय को प्रचलित करें, और जिसके द्वारा unclaimed deposits or shares or whatever is lying should be claimed by the rightful owners. Please, I appeal to all members of parliament to, in your region, in your state, spread this news. We want to give the money back to the rightful owners. Sir, highlights of this bill about which the charcha has happened. When I highlight these points, many members' questions will be answered, but I'll just flag them and explain what they are. First of all, sir, we need to spread insurance awareness among people so that they can not only avail themselves of insurance to cover their risks, but also receive the legitimate dues. Jesse, I said what is happening in the campaign. So the Policyholders Education and Protection Fund, which is being created out of the penalties levied by IRDAI, will be used for this purpose. That will be definitely going only for building the awareness. Second, sir, better regulatory oversight of insurance companies' affairs will help ensure the orderly conduct of insurance business. This bill aims to bring that transparency. I will give you one or two examples to show what prevails now is not as transparent as we would like it to be, whereas what comes through this bill is to bring in greater transparency. Third, sir, we are introducing a one-time registration for insurance intermediaries that would ensure uninterrupted service to our citizens, promote ease of doing business for service providers, reduces regulatory delays, and also administrative compliance burden for intermediaries. Fourth point, sir, our country needs further capital infusion into the insurance sector, sir. This will ensure that we benefit both from better technology, world-class risk assessment models, and the best insurance products available anywhere in the world. The proposed removal of the upper cap on FDI in the insurance sector is a significant enabler in this process, despite many questions which were raised. But the more that opening up happens, it brings in better technology, better insurance products, which we are not able to conceive of. So thereby, we create a conducive business environment. Another point which will address the concern which Honourable Member N.K. Premchandran mentioned, we are standardizing the regulation-making process by introducing standard operating procedure for regulation-making and mandatory public consultation on all regulations by the Insurance Regulatory Authority to ensure that the process is consultative and transparent. That issue that you may fast-track the route or whatever, or you take up the power for urgent or risk-mitigating regulation, and you're giving it all away to